Welcome back to the GreenMech TV channel. Welcome to the Cow Waste Material Recovery Facility, where innovation, precision, and teamwork turn everyday waste into valuable resources. Every day, trucks arrive at the site carrying mixed recyclables from homes and businesses. Each vehicle stops at a massive red scale to be weighed before unloading onto the tipping floor. From here, conveyor belts pull up to 400 tons of material per day into the sorting line, beginning the recycling journey. The process starts with a drum feeder, which spreads the material evenly. Light and heavy items are separated, while ropes and cords that could damage the machinery are removed by hand. The flow then moves onto a rotating auger screen, where disc-shaped rollers separate cardboard from smaller items. Cardboard continues forward for inspection and baling, while the remaining mix falls to the next sorting stage. In the second screen, materials split into two streams. One path sends glass downward, where it's crushed into cullet, and metal caps are removed magnetically. The glass then travels through the lights-out air separation system, which uses air pressure to clean out fiber and grit, leaving pure, reusable glass ready for transport. Meanwhile, the other path carries mixed paper and containers through optical sorting and manual quality checks. Workers ensure contaminants like plastic bags and food waste are removed, keeping the final product clean and recyclable. Next, materials reach a network of optical sorters, advanced machines that use near-infrared sensors to identify plastics, paper, and cartons by their chemical composition. Powerful air jets then separate each item at incredible speed, up to 1,000 feet per minute. These systems classify HDPE, PET, and cartons with near-perfect accuracy, ensuring maximum purity for recycling. Further downstream, a magnetic drum extracts ferrous metals such as steel cans, while an eddy current separator isolates aluminum by repelling it with a powerful magnetic field. The few remaining non-recyclable materials are carried away for landfill disposal, while the recovered resources continue forward. Finally, all sorted materials are stored in dedicated bunkers. Once full, sensors release them onto conveyors feeding massive balers. These 200 horsepower machines compress recyclables into dense, pallet-sized cubes, each one secured with wire, ready for shipment to mills and manufacturers. From here, every bottle, can, and cardboard box begins a new chapter, traveling by truck, train, or ship to become new products. This process doesn't just recover materials, it reflects a commitment to sustainability, safety, and community. At Cow Waste, recycling is more than a system. It's a promise, ensuring that what begins in your bin ends as something better for the planet. Inside this state-of-the-art single-stream recycling facility, mixed materials from homes arrive ready for transformation. Each truck empties its load onto the tipping floor, where a front loader pushes the recyclables into the drum feeder, the start of a fully automated sorting line. This system keeps materials flowing evenly, improving efficiency and freeing operators to handle other essential tasks. From there, the stream rises toward the first pre-sort station, where workers remove bulky or hazardous items that could damage machinery. The remaining material moves onto the OCC screen, a set of rotating discs that separate large cardboard from smaller items. Cardboard bounces over the discs for collection, while the smaller pieces drop through to a glass breaker screen, where glass and other fine materials are crushed and sent for cleaning. Next, the system divides the material into 4 fractions: oversized, fines, heavies, and lights, each routed for precise processing. Workers at a second pre-sort remove plastic bags, films, and other contaminants before the stream enters the anti-wrapping ONP screen, the first of 3 key stages designed to separate paper fiber from containers. The anti-wrapping feature prevents clogging, keeping the screens clear even after hours of operation. Large, flat paper moves upward over the screen, while bottles and cans fall through. The clean paper fiber passes through a quality control line, then travels to conveyors, leading to storage and future baling. The same process repeats on 2 additional screens with tighter spacing to recover as much paper as possible. Each stage includes quality checks, ensuring purity before materials are compacted into bales. Any containers accidentally captured with the paper are returned to the main container line for resorting. What remains, the 3-dimensional items like bottles, cans, and cartons, moves to an optical sorting system. Here, Tomra AutoSort 4 units use near-infrared sensors to detect materials by chemical signature. They distinguish paper, plastics, and boxboard with precision, using blasts of air to separate each type at lightning speed. The stream then passes under a powerful overbelt magnet, which lifts steel and tin cans from the conveyor and sends them to storage bins for baling. The non-magnetic materials continue to the manual container sort line, where operators remove any remaining contaminants. Finally, an eddy current separator repels aluminum cans from the waste stream, pushing them onto a clean conveyor for collection. The recovered metals, plastics, and paper are then transported to storage bunkers, ready for baling. Two high-speed balers, including the Biograph 8HBC120S, compress the materials into dense, stackable cubes, preparing them for shipment to reprocessing plants. This single-stream recycling system embodies the future of material recovery, automation, precision, and sustainability working together to close the loop, ensuring that every item you recycle finds its way into a cleaner tomorrow. At Strategic Materials, the largest glass recycler in the United States, waste glass from breweries, wineries, and recycling programs is given a second life. What begins as discarded bottles becomes a valuable resource for new industries, from fiberglass and reflective paints to new glass containers. The process starts with what's known as mixed glass, collected from curbside recycling. This post-consumer material contains glass of all colors, clear, green, and brown, along with small traces of plastic and paper. It's delivered to the recycling plant, where the transformation begins. First, the glass passes through a pre-processing line, where magnets remove metals, air classifiers separate lightweight materials like paper, and dryers eliminate moisture and dust. The result is a cleaner, denser glass stream ready for further refinement. Next, the material enters a second cleaning and optical sorting system. Here, advanced sensors identify and remove impurities such as ceramics, stones, and heavy plastics. The glass is then sorted by color into clear, amber, and green fractions, each stored in separate bunkers, ready for shipment to glass manufacturers. From waste to raw material, the clean cullet is now furnace-ready, melted down to make new bottles within just a few days. This cycle can repeat endlessly. Glass is infinitely recyclable, meaning every bottle can be used again and again without losing quality. Each time recycled glass replaces raw sand and minerals, it reduces emissions, lowers energy use, and cuts the environmental footprint of production. From a discarded bottle to a brand new container, the journey of glass is proof that sustainability and circular economy are not just goals, but a continuous loop in motion. At this high-tech recycling plant in Newport, thousands of old refrigerators from across the UK arrive each week, ready to be dismantled and reborn. Each load is weighed, unloaded, and stripped of shelves, doors, and electrical parts. Using powerful cutting tools, workers remove compressors and safely drain remaining fluids. Next, the fridges enter an automated system. As they move along the conveyor, liquid nitrogen neutralizes harmful CFC gases, preventing explosions during shredding. Inside the cross grinder, the machines pulverize each unit into steel, plastic, and foam fragments. After grinding, drying screws remove moisture and vibrating sieves separate light foam from heavier materials. Magnetic fields then pull out steel, while eddy current separators recover non-ferrous metals like copper and aluminum. Around 70% of every fridge becomes reusable steel, 12% plastic, with only a small portion, such as CFC gases and foam, requiring safe disposal. Through this process, waste appliances turn back into raw materials, proving that even discarded machines can help build a cleaner, sustainable future. In the world of renewable energy, even solar panels reach their end of life. But that doesn't mean they go to waste. Inside this advanced recycling facility, every discarded bifacial solar panel begins a new journey towards sustainability. The process starts with a double-shaft shredder, where large modules are crushed into manageable pieces. Next, a linear screening system filters the mixed material, separating glass and metals for further processing. Through second shredding, the fragments are refined into smaller sizes, ensuring precise recovery of valuable components. The material passes through another linear screening stage to remove dust and unwanted debris, leaving only pure recyclable fractions. From there, the recycled cover glass is carefully collected, clean, transparent, and ready to be melted into new glass panels. In the grinding system, the remaining materials are pulverized into fine particles. Then, the copper separating system extracts conductive metals used in panel wiring, while the electrostatic separator isolates different materials based on their electric properties. Every step in this system ensures that valuable materials are recovered instead of wasted, proving that even end-of-life solar panels can be reborn to power a cleaner, circular future. What remains is a remarkable transformation: pure recycled plastic, reusable for new module casings, and recycled silicon, ready to be processed into new photovoltaic cells. At Pratt Industries, sustainability isn't just a goal, it's a continuous cycle. As the world's largest manufacturer of 100% recycled paper packaging, Pratt is closing the loop by giving old materials a new life. Each year, more than 3 million tons of paper and fiber are recovered through Pratt's advanced recycling network. At state-of-the-art material recovery facilities, waste is collected, sorted, and sent to 100% recycled paper mills, where it's transformed into fresh rolls of containerboard. These recycled paper rolls are then delivered to corrugated box plants, producing new boxes, sheets, and custom packaging solutions, all made entirely from recovered fiber. Once these packages complete their use, the cycle begins again. Old boxes are collected, recycled, and reborn into new sustainable products, reducing landfill waste and conserving resources. Don't forget to subscribe to GreenMech TV, where machines and technology are driving a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable future.